Hi again, everyone, and we are now on our second part on the discussion on functions. And for the second part, we will be talking about the linear functions, linear equations, and everything that goes in between. So, if you recall, your linear equations take the form ax plus by plus is equal to c, where a, b, and c are constants, and x and y are your um, x and y are your variables, and a or b can be equal to 0, and the exponent of each variable is equal to 1. Okay? So if you recall, no, we have our um, equations, linear equations. So takes the form, if you remember, y is equal to mx is b, where your m is your slope and b is your y-intercept, and everything else that goes with y is equal to mx plus b, like the point slope form, the point form, and this one. So that's it. You erase it first. Okay, next. So we have x-intercept and y-intercept. Your x-intercept is a point where a line crosses your x-axis, meaning mag-intersect imuhang line and the x-axis. And the general form of your x-intercept is your um x and 0. Here, I think you can see my cursor. And the y coordinate in an x-intercept should always be 0. On the other hand, your y-intercept is the point where a line crosses your y-axis. The general form of your y-intercept is 0, y, because your coordinate of your x or x coordinate would always be 0. To solve for your x-intercept, you just have to equate y as 0 and do the math. Solve. No? For example, here, no, you have 2x plus y is equal to 6. So you change or substitute y equals 0 and then solve for x. So after solving for x, the value of your x would be your x-intercept na diet. So that's 3 and 0. Now for y-intercept, same as what we did to the x-intercept, ato lang i-equate si x to 0 and then solve for y. And then another thing for linear functions is the domain and range. So this is the easiest one because for almost all linear functions, again, almost, they have infinite domain and ranges. So usually we write the domain as the set of all x such that x is an element of R, or a real number, and we write the range as y such that y is an element of your R. But there is, of course, an exemption. No? The exemption is when the graph is a horizontal line, meaning it is parallel to your x-axis. No? This happens for functions that equal a constant such as y is equal to b. Kani siya nga functions, for example, y is equal to 4. No, kani siya nga function have infinite domains, meaning iyahang domain kay kani. But the range has only one value, and that is your 4. So, more ni iyahang range. Okay? Let me erase it first. I am annotating. That's why I have to erase. Okay? Next, to graph linear functions, this is the easiest way to graph the linear functions because I will just be asking you to have 5 key points. Diba? The basic way to solve for a function is to have this. Sorry. And have a table, no? And I will just be asking you or requiring you to have 5 key points. This is the usual, but you can have other points depending on the function. And then after you have solved this or after you have completed your table, you just have to plot your points in your Cartesian plane and then connect the points because your linear functions when graphed shows a straight line. Okay? Again, kung i-graph niyo mo sa linear function, straight line na siya. Nag-extend infinitely to the right or to the left. No? Up or down. And I believe that's it for graphing of your linear functions or basically all the linear functions. And we'll see each other for our rational functions.